Imagine you're a little kid who just flew home from a family vacation with your mom and dad. Step off the plane, walk into the airport, and the next thing you know, men with guns take your mom away. She's crying, asking the men why she's being taken. Your dad is begging for answers, pleading with them to give her the medicine she needs, wherever they're taking her. They don't answer. And you're told she may never come home. All you can do is cry and hug your dad as your mom disappears out of sight. This just happened a few weeks ago to 3 little girls from Massachusetts. Their mom, Jemmy Rosa, is a legal permanent resident who came to the United States when she was 9 years old. Their dad, Marcel Rosa, grew up in Boston and worked at the Department of Homeland Security. On August 11th, Jemmy was detained at Logan Airport. The agents asked her about her arrest. She said she had no idea what they were talking about. Turns out she had been charged with a misdemeanor for possessing a small amount of marijuana when she was in college more than 20 years ago. Something that hasn't been a crime in Massachusetts for years. But they refused to tell her that's what her detention was about. They locked her up in another ICE facility 20 miles away for several days. She wasn't allowed to shower, wasn't allowed a phone call, and she was denied medical care. Because of that, she was hospitalized. Twice. The second time, they handcuffed her to the hospital bed and again refused her request to make a phone call. She was then transferred to a county jail in Maine. Her husband, Marcel, called ICE every day looking for answers about why Jemmy was being detained, where she was, and whether she was getting the medical care she needed. The supervisor told Marcel he couldn't share any details because of privacy concerns. Then he decided to make a joke. We'll notify next of kin if she dies. Marcel said their 3 daughters would wake up every night crying, "Mommy, Mommy. Where's Mommy?" Finally, after 10 days, the family's lawyer got a judge to vacate Jemmy's 20-year-old misdemeanor charge and won a motion to get her released. Even then, Marcel couldn't get answers from ICE about where he could pick her up. Then he got a call from Jemmy. She'd been dropped off at the first ICE facility in Burlington, Massachusetts. It was closed, so they left her there in the pouring rain by herself. She walked half a mile to a cheesecake factory where a stranger lent her their phone. When Marcel found her, she couldn't stop shaking and crying. And even now that she's home, he says she's not herself. I've shared a few of these stories now, and the most common reply is, what can we do? There's a GoFundMe for Gemma's legal defense that we'll link to. The Immigrant Defenders Law Center and the American Immigration Council do fantastic work providing legal representation for people like Gemma who've been detained. They could also use your support. But I think the most important thing you can do is to share this story. Share it with your friends, your family, anyone really. Gemma's story is not unique. Wrongful detentions and deportations are happening every single day to people with no criminal records, to legal residents, even to US citizens. Thousands and thousands of people right here in America. And it's getting worse. And what's most upsetting to me is that it feels like a lot of us are just screaming into the void while so many other people in this country just have no idea this is happening. So we all need to do more to let people know. Because as Donald Trump deploys more troops and federal agents to our cities and Stephen Miller calls Democrats domestic extremists, you should all know that your citizenship, your status, the color of your skin will not keep you safe. It's time for all of us to wake people up before it's too late.